The coastline of Norway is one of the longest in the whole world, with a length of about 100,000 kilometers of twisting land. For a fact, if the coastline was stretched out, it would be long enough to encircle the world about 2.5 times. Norway is popularly known as the land of fjords, and it fascinates us with its colorful scenery and water bodies bordered by cliffs. This landscape, however, poses numerous challenges when it comes to connecting Norway's big cities with roads. The twisting travel route through this coastline takes travelers on the E39 highway, which has a journey time of about 21 hours, including 7 ferry trips. Therefore, the Norwegian government has launched the biggest megaproject in the history of the country, the Coastal Highway Megaproject. This enormous megaproject, consisting of floating bridges and tunnels, aims to create a ferry-free, 50-kilometer shorter E39 coastal highway, which would reduce the travel time by half. Before we continue with the video, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Top Luxury. Let us know in the comments below what you think about Norway's ambitious highway megaproject. The existing E39 highway is an 1,100-kilometer long-winded travel route which connects Kristiansand in the south to Trondheim in the north. The highway runs through the cities of Stord, Stavanger, Bergen, Førde, Ålesund, and Molde. To reduce the travel time and ferry connections, the Norwegian government started proposing plans to set out on a megaproject, which was going to be a very significant infrastructure project in Norway's history. They began planning on the Coastal Highway Main Road project to remove the need for ferries along the western coast of Norway. The project was to construct a series of bridges and tunnels across, through, and below the western coastline, and connect Oslo in the southeast to the coastal cities of Bergen, Stavanger, Ålesund, and Trondheim. There was, however, the notorious issue of the difficult topography of the western coastline, as a number of the fjords on the route are either too deep or too wide for the standard bridges and tunnels to cross. This, in turn, forced engineers and architects to be more innovative in coming up with ideas to bring the project to life. The Rogfast Tunnel is the first in a series of innovative crossings that may link the E39, connecting Kristiansand, Stavanger, Haugesund, and Bergen via a world record 27-kilometer sub-sea road tunnel. The Rogfast Tunnel, also known as the Rogaland Fixed Link, is designed to reach depths of close to 390 meters below sea level. The Rogfast would accommodate 2 separate tunnels, which would be connected every 250 meters with emergency exits. Both tunnels would have lay-by every 500 meters, with phone and surveillance cameras on the route. Also, there would be a mid-route intersection with the island municipality of Kvitsøy. Another remarkable aspect of this megaproject is the Sulafjord crossing. The Sulafjord is a long fjord with its widest width being 5 kilometers and its maximum depth measured to be 445 meters below sea level. This fjord, like the other fjords, is known for its dramatic depth changes and local waves generated by winds. Considering all of this, the crossing of the Sulafjord is expected to be one of the most challenging fjords to be faced during the course of this megaproject. The project team came up with 2 ideas to cross this long stretch of water. The first idea is to construct a 3-tower suspension bridge, in which 2 of the towers of the bridge would be anchored on land, while the third centrally placed tower would be anchored to the seafloor. This anchor would be about 400 meters below the waterline. The second idea was for a submerged floating tunnel. This floating tunnel would have 2 connected tubes running side by side and anchored to the seabed with high-strength cables. However, the most ambitious and difficult phase of the whole Coastal Highway megaproject is probably the Sognefjord crossing. The reason being that Sognefjord is the deepest and largest fjord in Norway. The Sognefjord is also known as the King of the Fjords, with dimensions of over 37 kilometers in width and a whopping 1.3 kilometers in depth at its lowest point. The challenge associated with the Sognefjord crossing includes its crazy dimensions, as well as the number of ships that enter the fjord frequently. The project team must take both challenges into account. As a rule, every crossing should allow for a clear shipping lane of no less than 400 meters wide, with 70 meters clearance above the sea level and no less than 20 meters clearance below the sea level. Putting all of these in mind, the project team came up with several ideas for this fjord crossing. The first idea is a standard suspension bridge with a 3,700-meter crossing. This structure would be almost 2 times the length of the world's current longest bridge. A bridge that long needs support towers that would be no less than 450 meters tall, which, if built, would beat the 343-meter tall Millau Viaduct in France and move on to become the tallest bridge structure in the world. The second idea for the Sognefjord crossing is the construction of a floating bridge. To build this, however, the structure might need to be raised to allow ships to pass. This would prove seriously difficult for the engineers, since the bridge would only be tethered to each shoreline. There's also a concept of a submerged floating tunnel, which is similar to the Sulafjord crossing. This floating tunnel would have significant modifications and adjustments though, considering the depths of the Sognefjord. For instance, in this case, the tunnels would be suspended from floating pontoons, which would allow ships to easily pass overhead, instead of tethering the tunnel to the seabed. There has also been more of a hybrid proposal, which would combine a floating pontoon bridge and a portion of the submerged floating tunnel to allow easy passage of ships. If this idea is implemented, it would become the first of its kind in the world. The final idea was for a multi-span cable-stayed bridge, but this is still under analysis. The structure would have 4 floating towers that would be anchored to the seabed, very similar to oil rigs. The Norwegian Parliament approved the Rogfast project in May 2017, and work officially began on the Rogaland Fixed Link in January 2018. This aspect of the megaproject is planned to be completed by 2029 at a cost of about $2 billion. While construction on the Rogfast is already ongoing, the scale of some of the other fjords is giving the team very difficult engineering challenges. Planning work is currently in progress on the fjord crossings over Bjornafjorden and the Langanuen, south of Bergen. Plans for other smaller fjord crossings have been approved. Technical work is also in motion for the Sulafjord crossing, including wind, current, and wave measurement. According to sources from the project team, there seems to be more difficulty getting adequate funding than building the structures themselves. Norway's coastal highway megaproject is set to break many world records and consequently become a standard to other countries in engineering capabilities, innovation, and invention. What do you think about this stunning highway megaproject? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Top Luxury for more videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.